got the mic working. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Secret Variant. I am your humble host, Ultra Maximus. And what you're looking at on screen right there is the book that's supposed to entice you into making sure that you are hitting that subscribe button and making sure you are clicking that bell for notifications. Because for all of you guys willing to do me a favor and get that subscriber count up to that 1K and help me unlock things such as oh yeah, my stream is experiencing issues, but anyway, yeah, so this is for the Ultra Box, everybody, so thank you all for joining. If you've never heard of the Ultra Box, well, you need to follow me over there on IG, and that was that U1 Tremaximus, and see what happens as I approach 1,000 subscribers. I'm going to pack this box full of goodies. Good to see you guys in the chat here this evening. If you are not familiar with how we roll here at the Secret Variant, basically this is your FOC rundown show of all the new books that are on Final Order cutoff for tomorrow, unless you're DC. And if you're DC, your Final Order cutoff is 4/11. So I give you guys a little bit extra time on that. So let's go ahead and let's get on into this. Again, I want to thank you guys for joining in the live chat. When you are joining live, it means the world to me. Let's see here. All right, everybody. So again, this is the Secret Variant, and here at the Secret Variant, let's see here. We do this little thing right here called, like I said, FOC. So Easter eggs ahead. Thanks for joining, everybody. Again, this is Easter Sunday. So I know that if you are joining late, you are probably going to jump in the Blaze with me, and this is the first book that a Blaze has offered. This is Mirka Andolfo's Unsacred Volume 2, Number 5, and there is the cover A Andolfo Harley. I have a feeling that this one's going to do well outside of the normal market for Unsacred. So I think that one, like I said, it's going to do well. And of course, the logo for this evening, brought to you in part by Mr. Daimyo here. And yeah, there she is, trying to prevent her doggy from eating poop. This is what she does, everybody. It's a pretty funny book. If you didn't know the premise of this book, the premise is that guy right there is a devil who married this angel. That angel has a daughter who's right there, and again, this other guy next to the devil is somebody who's trying to date the daughter. And then this is the Virgin Incentive variant for the 10 copy. There's your 20 copy Virgin Incentive. And then here is your 30 copy negative space Virgin, I believe. Oh no, it's not. It's 30 copy negative variant. It's probably not going to be Virgin at all. So again, I expect these to probably do well with other people who necessarily might not be buying Unsacred for their collection. So for all my Unsacred collectors, make sure you do get your orders in just to make sure you are securing those books. Hate to see you guys miss it. Absolute Comics Group is going to give us First Defense number 3, cover A. And then First Defense cover B has got a lenticular. Gotta love lenticular making a comeback, right? Action Lab up in the danger zone, and of course that means this is going to be all the stuff with the risque covers. So Carmine number 5 giving us cover A, and there is your cover B. Now Vamp Blade and the series finale. That's amazing, right? Made it 50 issues, but there's your risque variant for issue 50. Cover A is version B. It makes it the cover B. And then cover C is going to give you this cover D risque version. And then cover E is going to give you the cover F risque version. Oh, and then what is this? We've got a G Winston Young variant. Also risque version of that. So, next up is the regular Action Lab stuff. And this is Miranda and Maelstrom number 5. Cover H. I don't know why it says 5 number 50 of 50. That's weird. Okay, cover H. I don't know what's going on there. Editorial again. I'm trying my hardest to meet deadlines, and I'm not having any other eyes on this stuff. Maybe it's time to get that to happen. And excuse me for a moment. Sorry for that interlude there, folks. I had to let an animal in the room, otherwise I was going to be pounding at the door the entire time. So let's just go ahead and keep on with this one. I'll journey back and check you guys out in the chat in a little bit. And again, don't forget to smash that like button. Don't forget to hit that subscribe. Make sure you are also hitting that notification bell and clicking it to all to make sure you do get notifications for when this show goes live. All right. So first we had I Breathe the Body, then we got Nuclear Family number 3, and then Shadow Doctor number 3. And there are no variants for those covers as far as regular or incentive. So we just got the next one up is going to be American Mythology Productions, which actually had 2 books that did not have a cover art available. Zorro in the Land That Time Forgot number 4, and then there's your cover B, which is your limited edition pulp variant. So, going to be interesting to see what those actually look like. Next up is Antarctic Press, World of Betty and Veronica Jumbo Comics Digest number 4. Is not exactly what that is. That's a Gold Digger. That's Gold Digger number 281, and that is not World of Betty and Veronica. And then here is your Gold Digger coloring book and Ninja High School. And it's funny, there's 2 different issues on FOC. So we've got Ninja High School number 179. And then Ninja High School number 180. And I've got a cat named after a Transformer who's here blowing up. And if you hear her on the mic, my apologies, but she was going to pound down the door if I didn't let her in. But here's Archie Comics, Archie Jumbo Comics Digest number 319. And that's the only Archie. Artists, Writers, and Artisans is going to give us Erratic number 5. And that's the only book from Erratic. Black Mask, giving us Destiny New York number 2, and there were no variants. If there were variants and I missed them, please leave me a comment below and let me know what those were and how I missed them, because they are not on the Diamond list. And I know in about 7 months I'm going to be talking to Penguin Random House about what Marvel is releasing. So it's going to be interesting to see. But Fantagraphics, I'm not sure what happened here. So this was actually in the Diamond catalog as the first cover solicit. So I don't know if the number 1 is going to be a picture of a cover of a zigzag slightly off tilted to the side like this, or if this actually is the cover to zigzag number 1, the one shot. And when Diamond requested a photo, this is what they sent them. So this is what Diamond put up on their website. But yeah, I actually retrieved that from the Diamond website. I know it's pretty funny. Make sure you give me a thumbs up on that one. And make sure you guys are talking in the chat here, because when I come and click back over, I'm going to see what's what. See what you guys are up to. But right now, we got Scout Comics giving us Black Fridays number 1 second printing. By the Horns number 1 second printing. And then Stake number 1 second printing. So let me know if anybody's reading Stake, because I did pick up a variant of that book. I also do know where there's copies of the Kickstarter. So give me a shout. Let me know if it's any good, if I should be investing in that book, and if it's a good read. I'd like to know. Same way I hope you guys come to me for me to let you know what I like to read, and if you should be reading and if there's something you missed. But anyway, Titan gonna give us Blade Runner 2029, the Mead Pack. I don't know what's going on here, but this is just all sorts of weird, and that was the only offering that Titan had given us this week. Valiant Comics, however, has given us Shadow Man, and of course, Shadow Man is getting tons of variants. So Shadow Man, here's your cover B, and then here is your cover C. But wait, there's a blank. Oh wait, there is actually an incentive, and I missed the incentive. So shout out to Sparks Comics for showing the incentive last night on Spine Ticks. I could have sworn I had it on my list, and it looks like I missed it, but no, there is definitely. Oh, it's because it's a 1 in 250 copy Jeff DeCall variant. So good luck to you guys. Shout out to, like I said, Sparks for showing that one last night. But 250 copy incentive on Shadow Man #1 for a Valiant title. Good luck. But anyway, here's your Shadow Service #7, cover A. And then next up is your cover B. And then here is your Witchblood #1, second printing. And your Witchblood #2, cover A. And your cover B. And your cover C. Wild stuff going on over there. So, all right, we're back at Boom. So let's switch back over to the full screen. See what's going on with you. That's nice. We got what's going on, good people. Good to see you in the chat, man. Mead Pact is the artwork for Blade Runner. Ah, interesting. And it's not an actual issue. It's like a one-shot. So it's like something really weird going on there. But all right, let's take a look at the rest of this list. See if we can get done in a reasonable hour here tonight so I can get some sleep for once, huh? Because, you know, I'm usually on that Hawaiian time, even though I'm living on that East Coast. And the wife definitely doesn't approve all the time. She knows I do it for drunken chat. And I kind of get away with it on Saturday nights, too, because I usually go out Saturday nights. It's my usually one night out a week. Besides my trips to the comic book store. You know, I'm a dad full-time, everybody. So fatherhood and family, most important, but also staying home and staying safe. Nothing wrong with that, right? Especially if I get to hang out and party with my kids. So let's see here. Get back to this list. Abbott, 1973. Here's your cover A by Tenfold. There is your cover B by Allen. And then here is your cover C, which is your 25 copy Jen Bartel. Just, again, crushing it, making hot and cold colors look good at the same time. Berserker, #1, getting a third print foil. So this one also probably going to be allocated to 10,000 copies. So you may want to make sure you get your orders in, and may the odds forever be in your favor, everybody. Because I know this is sketch with these things. You never know if you're going to get it, and so yeah, it's crazy stuff. Let's see. Hope he says bottle has an unlockable too. So interesting. Buffy the Vampire Slayer cover B by Quinones, and then here is your cover C, which is your Franny. The Bartel is not black and white, and you know what? If there is, you're saying that the Bartel is a black and white unblockable. That would be sweet if I saw it, but it didn't show anything of it. So I love those store variants. Yeah, that's what I thought. Autocorrect is getting you. I appreciate you, Eddie. You're good, man. Thanks for dropping that knowledge. I kind of figured they would, because they've been doing that, kind of secret, but it's not on any of the listings. So unless you're actually in the Diamond listing, you're not going to be able to see any of the additional stuff that they don't put out. So shout out to everybody who does work in stores, who watches this video. Know that, again, I do this video off the cuff. Let's watch the raw report. And again, I do it with just the resources that I have at my disposal, putting together the research and trying to do it without a Diamond account. I'm not a reseller. I'm sorry, I'm not a retailer. I am a reseller of previously sold books, but I don't actually do new books or have a Diamond account. So it is what it is, fellas. Buffy the Vampire Slayer is, of course, going to offer us a sketch variant. That's your cover D. And then here's your 10 copy incentive by Franny. Here is your 25 copy incentive, and then here is your 50 copy Virgin incentive, and then here is your unlockable variant by Quinones, which actually was on this list, so I could actually report on it, which makes it easy, right? But Dune giving us issue 6 of its 12-issue miniseries, the Frisian cover B. Looks way better with color on those eyes, because without the color it makes it look a little bit weird. Dune House, number 5, covers C, which is the 25 copy incentive. I got a cat that just will not leave me alone. And then here's your 50 copy incentive by Frisian. Again, that's the one with the eyes that follow you no matter where you are in the room. Firefly, number 28, giving us the cover A by Bengal. Here is your cover B by Ruben. The Magic the Gathering second print Guara. And then here is your... Oh, wait. Yeah, that's your Magic the Gathering second print. That's right. I did find the cover to it. Firefly number 28. Here's your cover C, which is your 10 copy incentive by Bengal. Here is your 25 copy incentive by Mare. And then here is your 50 copy incentive by Mare. Unlockable variant by Ruben, which actually, again, was on the list. Amazing! But I didn't see a black and white one, so expect there to maybe be a one per store black and white thank you variant or something like that along those lines. Once in Future number 18. And then here's your 10 copy incentive by Mora. And then here is your 25 copy incentive. That looks pretty sick. I can't lie. Christian Ward did one. I think it was either last issue. That one was fire too. This looks pretty good, but I'm not reading it anymore. I picked up the first print of number 1, and it's just, that's it. It's sitting there. So yeah, and see, Eddie, thank you again for coming through there, man. Geiger number 1 has a thank you variant. And I gotta love when these thank you variants and the secret variants are coming, which is cover A black and white tight. So Critical Role, Vox Machina, Machina Origins 3. That's a big old mouthful, but there is your number 2 of 6 with no cover art. Cyberpunk makes a return, so everybody better warm up them Cyberpunk books. PlayStation still hasn't had an update as far as I know, but from what I hear on the PS5 it plays fine, but it's the PS4 that has the issue, so that's why they just don't care. And there's a ton of PS4 copies at my local stores that I still see. I don't know if they're not allowed to sell them or what, but I think in this world of like recalled stuff, wouldn't you think copies of Cyberpunk number 4 would be like the ultimate like Cyberpunk thing? And then here's a cover B. So I don't know if you guys are into it. I've got the 4-issue miniseries. It's in the read pile. Have I read it? Absolutely not. I tried collecting all 4 of them to read them, and I haven't had time to read them. But maybe I'll get around to it. But let's check out the Dynamite books here. So Deja Thoris, Winter's End one shot. There's your cover A by Linsner. Here's your cover B by Perez. Here's your cover C by Castro. And then here's your cover D, which is your cosplay. And then here's your premium Castro black and white version. And then we're on to Vampirilla versus Purgatory. Oh boy. And then here we have Linsner with his CGC cover for issue number 1. And then choose limited variant for issue number 2. And then we've also got the limited version cover for issue number 2. And then we've got the Purgatory cover A by Chew. And then the cover B. And then the cover C. Then the cover D. And then the cover E. The main Virgin FOC bonus variant. Different reflections in the water. Let's look at that again real quick. That's kind of cool. There's your limited Virgin cover with other art. And then your premium main FOC variant. Your premium FOC variant. Your Virgin FOC variant. And then your 10 copy. Your 11 copy. Your 15 copy. Your 20 copy. Your 30 copy. Then your 40 copy. Then here's your 7 copy Virgin FOC incentive. So it's going to be interesting to see how many of the 7 copies actually hit. So I think that one you get salted in there for every 7. But making a giant return is My Local and Transformers 2. There's your cover A by Flex. There's your number 2 by Bethany McGuire Smith. There is your 10 copy incentive by Price. And then here's your 25 copy incentive. Alright, now last night I gave some advice out on Spine Takes about these because they usually will inflate the orders to cover a lot. And I don't know if there's any store exclusives on this that might be getting out there, which would of course be rewarded with incentive. So remember that, guys. With all that going on, the 1 in 25 is a quick flip. If you can get to market and get a 9.8, get it get it listed fast. Do it before these guys go out and buy their own copies and submit their own. That's all I can tell you. I think usually there is more crossover market for a couple of Transformers guys who chase this, which is the reason why they usually increase their orders. So, as a Transformers fan, I gotta personally say I'm not after it, but it's a cool Megatron book. And Soundwave and Starscream, all the Decepticons on this cover, Decepticon cover chasers are probably gonna chase it. So good luck. Sonic the Hedgehog number 39's cover A. 39 cover B, and then your 1 in 10 incentive for Sonic the Hedgehog number 39. Check with your retailers on what's going on with the IDW Retail Incentive Program too for issues later on in the book, because like Usagi Yojimbo 19 is about to be wild to see who qualifies for that one, and that was Usagi Yojimbo Wanderer's Road number 6 of 6. Peach Momoko did all 6 covers of this series with no variant covers as far as I know for at least 2 through 6. All right, everybody, we're at Image, and Image has got Bitter Root number 12, crossover number 6. Here's your cover A by Shaw, your cover B blank, your cover C by Larson, and you will see this one again. Watch in a second. Your cover D by Betterman, your cover E, which is your 5 copy. And someone shared this, but they shared a picture that got smaller on like a thumbnail. So when I went to look at it, I'm like, is that Death's head? But nope, that is a Tomahawk, another one of Donny Cates' property. So he's incorporating it in there. And then here's your incentive list starting off. Here's your 10 copy Shaw incentive. Here is your 25 copy incentive, black and white basically. And then here is your Ellipsis design variant. And then here is your 100 copy Larson foil. And look who just joined the chat, everybody. Here is Mr. Hurd as Eric himself. Shout out to Rookie of the Year. Mr. Hurd, it's been a busy week, my man. Good to see you, though. Good to see you in the live chat. And we haven't even touched the Marvel books yet or the DC, so you're just in time. But here is the, like I was just saying, the 100 copy incentive Larson foil version of that crossover number 6 Larson variant. So it's going to be an ongoing series from what I hear. We'll see what happens. Deadly Class number 45. And actually have 2 different versions of that Nirvana shirt in my personal collection. And then I have the original one that had the worst saying on the back that tried to get me kicked out of arcades when I was a kid because it has a bad word on it. Deadly Class number 45, cover B, Level and Denicio. And then here's your cover C. Department of Truth number 8. I've got to get caught up on this. I really do. Department of Truth number 8, cover B by Sienkiewicz. And then here is Scotty Young doing a Girl in the Red Dress variant. Oh, wow. Geiger, number 1 second print. There's your number 1 second printing 25 copy incentive. And Helm, Grey Castle, number 1. Here's your cover B. Here's your cover C. And there is your cover D, the Mohawk variant. If I combed my hair backwards, this is kind of what my hair would look like. Anyway. Outcast Kirkman. So issue number 48. So that one's trucking along. Still got a nice stack of 1 through 10-ish, somewhere around there. First print number 1 too is extremely rare. Everybody's like, oh, later prints. Shaycraft number 2, of course, is going to have that number 1 drop on the same day. The number 1 second print, of course. So it makes it a real easy pick up and read for some people. Oh, Tula Lotte giving us Shaycraft's number 2, cover B. And then here we have Spawn number 317, cover A. And then cover B. Cover C. And then Stray Dogs number 2, second print, strategically. coming out right before issue 3. Summoner's War Legacy number 1. Two Moons number 3. And Two Moons number 3's cover B. And that's going to do it for Image. Now, unlike everything else on this list that has a order due tomorrow, the rest of this DC stuff in this next section of DC books is actually not due until next Sunday. So here at the secret variant, it's a secret. You guys get to get a heads up. But I do hope you all ordered the Teen Titans Academy number 2 variant, because I think that one may have ramifications on what they're going to do with Red X. And I think they might reveal who was the original Red X. And the Red X we saw was not the first, but one of many. So it's going to be interesting to see. But anyway, pardon me. Shout out to my crew buddies who allowed me on their show called The Spine Ticks. And if you didn't watch The Spine Ticks, you would have gotten a preview of this FOC last night. I did the follow-up to Sparks' FOC and just kind of showed the DC list because, again, it's a week ahead for me, because we're way past time for comic shops to be talking about, hey, what do you want to order? But anyway, here's Batman Urban Legends number 3. There's your John Romita Jr. A cover, your David Marquez B cover variant with Grifter, and then Simone giving us, wow, just Red Hood. Some good Red Hood stuff, and I think Red Hood stuff might be picking up with the next season of Titans. Maybe. That is if you believe TV Spec actually does anything. I, for one, am not 100% convinced, but I do think every now and then it's like, TV stuff might get a few sales. So, is it good spec? It is if you love the character, and then you end up not selling the book because the hype dies down and you're okay being stuck with it. So, never buy anything that you aren't okay with being stuck with. Got a long box of Dead Spec to show you. But this one right here, everybody, I think Babs Tarr, I think she knocked it out the park. I think this is pretty cool, because that's Superwoman. That's the Crime Syndicate version of Superwoman. So Crime Syndicate number 3, Babs Tarr variant. You guys know that the 3rd issue of the miniseries, it doesn't sell very well. Usually really under-ordered. I have a feeling this one may increase the orders just a bit. So shout out to Babs Tarr. Good on her for doing that one. And then we got the DC Festival of Heroes, the Asian Superhero Community Celebration number 1. One Shot, cover A by Jim Lee. Like, how do you even follow that up? Like, I didn't see a cover B listed yet. That doesn't mean one isn't going to happen. That just means that you should definitely talk to your LCS and see if they have something else listed. It might not have cover art, and that might be the reason why Lunar did not have it up on their website. Dreaming Waking Hours number 10. And then Green Lantern number 2. There's your cover A by Bernard Chang. And then here is your cover B, which is your Brian Hitch cardstock variant, which has our Far Sector Green Lantern making waves in the main book. And still to this day, Man Bat does not have any additional B covers or anything like that. I think they're only giving that man an A cover. But the next Batman Second Son number 2 does have a very interesting cover A, which shows us, is this like a prototype Batman Beyond suit? This is what I said last night. So, you know, I'm a strong man of my convictions and what I believe in, especially if it's the right thing to do. So, the right thing to do is to tell you guys, this one's a Matina cardstock variant, and this is pretty fire, whatever this is here. I'm not sure what's going on in this book, so leave me a comment below. Let me know what's up. If you're reading the next Batman, the Second Son miniseries, if you read issue number 1, and you think I should be reading it, if I'm liking this Matina variant right here, I will do so. But I need to have somebody spark my interest, and it needs to be one of you guys watching. And again, I appreciate everybody in the live chat. Rorschach here giving you 2 covers and the Watchmen homage. So that's pretty cool, right? Sensational Wonder Woman number 3, Colleen Durand's A cover with somebody holding up an iPad. Just kidding. And, Marguerite. Such a good cover. Really good cover. I love the way that she's kind of like Christian Ward when it comes to some of these space inside of space usage. So I'm digging it. And then of course here's Todd now taking a break from the Headshot variants over at Marvel to give us the wonderful one-shot for Stargirl Spring Break Special. And Jamie Sandoval, what's up, everybody? Good to see you, man. Thanks for joining in the live chat. And Comics Man, good to see you, bro. That Wonder Woman is tight. It really, really is. I really dig her artwork, man. Stargirl. And, yeah, you know, not for me. But Suicide Squad. This is an interesting Suicide Squad because it's the half John Kent, half Superman DNA Connor Kent, Talon, and Peacemaker in Suicide Squad. And then you have good old Red X. So this is where it starts to get interesting. So Red X is in Suicide Squad now. Is Red X going to make an appearance in this book? Are they doing it to just move it? But there's something going on here. Because it looked like that girl was one of the future Batgirls from the Teen Titans Academy. So if you're reading Suicide Squad, fill me in. And honestly, is that Peacemaker variant doing anything for issue number 1? If it is, there's a stack of them in my LCS. I need to go back and grab a couple. But this is the tale of the two Pamelas. One green, red-headed, able to control plants, psycho murderer with pheromones that usually keeps antidotes because she does seduce men is enough. Hello from Canada, Claudio. Thanks for joining. But for all you, the rest of you guys out there, there's the third one, and that'll be on the cardstock variant. So that's your cover B by Kyle Holtz. And now that brings us into the home stretch. And the home stretch, of course, this evening is going to be on the Marvel side. Let's see what we got here. So, Alien #1, second printing, La Rocca variant. And then, why did nobody talk about this one? Incentive variant on the 20. This is probably going to be like a 1 in 25 or a 1 in 50. I'm not really sure what the store's ordering minimums are. So check with your LCS to make sure if you want this Alien second print, you are getting both the regular cover and the Gleason, which may be an incentive. The Beta Ray Bill #2 also offers us an incentive. This one by Paul Pope, for all you Paul Pope collectors. Black Widow #6. This one's dropping a few different variants, and of course, this one right here is the Heroes Reborn variant. And then here is the incentive design variant. And then shout out to Money Mel V. There's your Raza. You better be getting your order in. You better get your email over to Lucas over at the Pull Box. And if you guys are using Lucas over the Pull Box, make sure you do send him an email this evening so he can get your orders processed in time before the cutoff tomorrow. Not that you fall asleep and forget and then wake up tomorrow night. Oh my God, I missed it. Phil Noto. So this is why I got mad respect for Phil Noto. He has done the A cover as well as I think he did the A cover and the interiors on every single one of Cable. So shout out to him. I'm putting together a nice set. I finally found an issue #4, so I'm really, really stoked about that. But be on the lookout for my Raw report because I got some incoming mail call. Fantastic Four #31. Mark Brooks. Lots and lots of colors. It's almost a super, super, extremely busy cover. Not Mark Brooks' best, but I have a feeling that this one over time will probably grow on people because of the comic book stuff going on in the background. The Heroes Reborn variant. Nah. I don't know what's going on here, but these are, I'm assuming, the different clones of Miles. Do we need more clones? The dude has had more clones and more clone deaths. But we apparently need a Skyline variant by Bagley, a Hit variant, and then we're going to have a Pacelli variant, and then we're going to have a Liefeld Deadpool 30th Anniversary variant with this version of Spider-Man being Miles. It's kind of cool. And then, of course, you got your Pacheco Reborn variant, and that has to be Nighthawk eating a bat. But I think this is a combination of the Nighthawk and the Prowler. So, look, dudes who play Batman in alternative universes, aka people who play Moon Knight in alternative universes, shout out to the Moon Knight Corps. You guys rock, and if you don't know who the Moon Knight Corps is, you should probably type that into your Facebook browser and take a look at that meme page, because they are ridiculous in a good way. But anyway, so here's your Miles Morales number 25, your Heroes Reborn variant, yada yada. And then, oh man, the guy I just did a spec matrix on over on Drunken Chat on Friday, he's got another variant coming out. Would you look at that? And it's a Miles variant. Very Michael Cho-ish, but it's not. I think it's a very different take. It's very cool. And then, of course, MODOK giving us Head Games number 404 with no variant covers to close out the final issue of that mini-series. And then New Mutants number 17, cover A by Christian Ward. And then here's your McLeod Incentive variant. And Danny Moonstar is a Valkyrie. Go figure. Savage Avengers number 20. And then Savage Avengers number 20's variant. So Spider-Man versus a venomized sword-wielding Conan. How about that for just a little bit of irony? So I hope Spider-Man and Conan can do well, especially working together maybe, but you know they're how they always do. But here we go with Silk number 2, and then this. My gosh. So are you guys paying, like, I asked some of the guys last night, they were like, I'm like, what would you be willing to pay for 1 in 25 incentive pre-order? They're like, 50, 60. So apparently paying twice ratio is now where this market has taken us. And I just want to let you guys know how far we've come. Because it used to be when I was working at the LCS, and yes, my LCS used to do a set price where 1 in 10s were like $8, 1 in 15s were like 10, and then 1 in 25s were like 12 or 13 or 15. You know, so it wasn't super expensive. 1 in 50s were like 35, 1 in 100s were like 75. And the fact that you're willing to pay 150, my friend, let me tell you, you got to slow your roll, because all you're doing is you're causing unnecessary inflation by doing that, especially watching pre-FOC to go see how many stores are doing an exclusive of this book. This is, again, the advice I'm going to give you. If you really like this book, it's not the Spider-Woman, that's for sure. It is not the Spider-Woman rarity. That Spider-Woman being her first Marvel work will go down in history, and that's probably a better book if you want to invest in. The only way that this number 2 Silk 1 in 25 is going to be a good flip for you guys is if you are first to market with 9.8s, and also that you're buying it was cheap. You know, like I had a really, tough experience at the LCS this past week. I pre-ordered that Black Cat number 4, 1 in 25. I was going to get it for under twice ratio for sure, especially using discount cards and all that other stuff. So, it sucks, because when you miss out on a pre-order like that, you have to go to eBay or wherever. You have to pay market. But hit up the people who have exclusives and be like, hey, do you guys have any nice 9.8 candidates of this variant you'd be willing to sell? And if they are willing to sell them less than eBay, you should probably buy it from them, because they are trying to move those copies, or should be trying to move those copies quickly, so that they can reap the benefits of just pure profit margin after they move the variants. But remember, if a store is doing 4,500 copies minimum, they're getting 120 copies of this 1 in 25. So please keep that in mind. That's a lot of books. So I want you guys to be able to get these books that you like for as good of a price. Yes, I love it when my comic books are worth more than what I paid for them. That is the overall goal of everybody doing it. But I do notice a reactionary market that is causing way too much inflation without the other bull stuff that we already have to deal with. So please, guys, just try not to go too overboard on this one. 50, 60 may be a comfortable price, but watch what happens post-release. The market may get flooded with these. And if the market gets flooded, the price should come down. If the price comes down, graded copies are going to be where it's at. That's going to be how you're going to be able to keep your investment safe. So spine break free, spine tick free. Color rub free. 9.8 candidates. Those are going to be the ones that if you do get them and you want to flip them fast, make sure you are taking good pictures. Make sure you are taking scans front and back, and you may find a buyer. So good luck to you guys out there on this one. But I'm avoiding. Oh yeah, I'm staying away from that one 100%. If it falls in my lap, it falls in my lap, But if somebody wants to donate it for the Ultra Box, I'll give it away. There's a couple of books in the Ultra Box that I've gotten donated that I won't have a copy of for my own personal collection that I'm still going to give away. So let's wrap up this Marvel list here. So we've got Spider-Man Curse of the Man-Thing #1. And then there's a Bradshaw variant, Art Adams Light, as I like to call him. And then Star Wars Darth Vader #11 has some very interesting covers. This one, of course, the Empire Strikes Back variant. And then Star Wars Empire 40th Anniversary, the cover A by Sprouse. And then the movie poster variant. So this, I believe, is going to be the Empire Strikes Back retold? Like the old miniseries like they had back then. I don't know what's going on. So this is going to be crazy to see. This, however, the Marvels #1, very interesting. Pacheco variant for #1, which is your cover B. Delato variant, so it's probably going to be your high ratio incentive, as well as the Epting probably being up there. Making these all, probably pretty desirable books. And then, of course, U.S. Agent 505 closing out the final issue with Battlestar versus John Walker, it looks like. And I don't know what's going on here, but how y'all feeling? John Walker on Falcon and Winter Soldier. I actually think he's doing better than he did in the comic books. So far, so good. But we all know that he's probably juicing on roids and got some issues. So, X-Men Legends #3, however, Walt Simonson throwback to the OG X-Factor run. I missed those issues with Walt. First appearance of Archangel fell under Walt. So, good stuff. And, of course, his wife, Louise Simonson, is, of course, writer responsible for the languages when Cable hit the sheets. And, so we've also got John Tyler Christopher continuing to drop hammers with these action figure variants. And let me know if you're collecting those. Leave me a comment below. Let me know if that's actually still something you're into. Because I'm actually piecing together some action figure variant collections, but it's not exactly X-Men ones. But I've considered maybe taking a look at some of those. The X-Men Legends #3, however, connecting variant incentive. Pretty cool stuff. So guys, that's going to round it out for everything here at the Secret Variant this evening. But please stand by, because y'all are the greatest people taking a look at my videos on this channel. Don't forget to share it with your good friends, people who you think deserve to know what's going on in FOC, because they know what to do with the information, who will then in turn either create that email or that reminder to call their LCS tomorrow and secure their orders for these books, so that this way, if these books do take off, you are not left out in the dust. And of course, you guys have been amazing, helping push me over to all these subscribers. But let's get this number up to 500 so I can add some more books to the box. And once I hit 500, you guys are gonna love. I'm gonna put multiple books in the Ultra Box giveaway, so you want to definitely pay attention to what's going on there. Like and share the video, like I said. Make sure you leave me a comment below if you're watching this one on the rewind. And of course, for you guys who are watching this one and want to respond to some of my questions, make sure you leave me a comment there. Subscribing, hitting that notification bell, and making sure you are gonna get notified when I go live, because I will go live at odd times, and it's only gonna get weirder. As my kid gets older, it's only gonna get a lot more weird for me, man. It's gonna be odd hours of the night. I live on Hawaii time on the East Coast, like I said. But I like it that you guys are subscribed. The Raw Report. That's maybe everybody. Thank you again. You want to have Rogue take a nice home in your collection? This wonderful John Tyler Christopher Negative Space Uncanny X-Men #21, one of 3,000 of the NYCC variant. Well, all you gotta do is subscribe to this channel and make sure that you are helping subscribe to get that number count up to 1,000. Because that's where it's at, everybody. You can also find me in these wonderful places, and this is where I'm going to drop more bombs. So, like I said, 500 is the next goal, and then we're gonna share some more books that we're gonna throw in that ultra box. And then of course you guys are gonna want to tune in to Mighty Mel V on Friday nights, aka Saturday morning, depending on your time zone. It's that Saturday morning at 12:30 a.m., Friday night at 9:30 p.m. If you West Coast, that's where this is going to go down. And that is the Speculation Matrix variant edition that I drop over there. But of course, on this channel, my soundtrack is provided by these wonderful people at White Bat Audio. So I want to thank them, of course. And again, the man making an appearance in the chat every now and then, Mr. Hurd. Y'all heard? This is Mr. Eric S. Hurd. And be on the watch. Mr. Hurd's going to be dropping some bombs here soon. But I do want to, again, thank you all for watching. Underground shows. This is what it's all about. But we got to get everybody to 1,000 subscribers. Help us break the YouTube algorithm. Help us get those super chats activated. Help us get monetized, even if it's infinitesimal amounts. Because you never know when that person's going to get their lucky break. Hop on that YouTube carousel and then get dropped at some content. So we love it. We appreciate it. We appreciate you watching. Make sure you're tuning in to everybody out here. Spine Ticks. And again, if you're watching comic book content, just subscribe to it. And if you happen to tune into YouTube instead of watching that recorded show, check out what's live first. Because remember, we're the TV now. You, me, and everybody else. And Mr. Hurd, I thank you for your logo work that you've done for me on my podcasts. And again, this has been a secret variant, everybody. Tune in next week, because you know I'll be back dropping that content. I will see y'all then.